What up, fellas? It's Ty. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things prostate and prostate cancer related. If you're new here, welcome to you. If you've been here for a while, watch the video, maybe even liked and subscribed, I appreciate you and welcome back. So today we're going to talk about the prostate cancer biopsy. Some of you in our community have gone through this recently. There are some of you who are watching the channel or watching one of the videos and that's coming up for you. So I want to give you an idea of what you can expect. All right. So the first thing that you need to get used to if you are in this prostate cancer journey is the enema. You don't get really used to those things, but my doctor had me doing an enema before my biopsy. I had to do an enema again before my radical prostatectomy, and I hate those things. You pick up the saline spray, it actually goes in your anus, and they spray it in there, and then, it comes out, and then you wait a little while, and you go to the restroom. That process, you have to clean your whole system out before you go in for the biopsy. You need to get used to those, and I say that, but I feel like every time I have something going on with my doctor, I have to get an enema now, and it's kind of ridiculous. So that's something that you need to make sure that you are aware of, because that is in fact something that's going to happen. In addition to that piece, one of the things that happened to me was something really weird. I found out that my doctor, who was my urologist at the time, I ended up switching urologists and surgeons. But at the time, I found out that he did not do biopsies. So he was sending me to someone else. So they set the procedure, and I didn't meet this guy until basically I was on the gurney and had everything on and was about to go get my biopsy done. So you can imagine all of my anxiety and everything like that. And then the guy that's coming in to talk to me, it's not even my regular doctor. You need to be prepared, because maybe your doctor doesn't do biopsies, and maybe your doctor is going to send you to someone else. So you need to be prepared for that. And in addition to that, there's a piece where I remember being there, and then there's a whole lot that's missing. Whenever I talk about my biopsy, I remember the stuff after it, but that whole piece in there, I don't know if it's the propofol that they gave me, I call it the Michael Jackson, but the propofol, or whether or not it was something else that kind of messed with my memory, but I don't remember this guy at all. I don't remember his face. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. And so the thing is with my biopsy is that after I got it done, one of the things that you need to make sure happens is you tell that doctor to call whomever it is that's in the waiting room and make sure that they give them an update. That didn't happen in my case, because I, for one time, did not tell this doctor to make sure that he called my wife, and he did not. And so you need to make sure that that occurs, because you need somebody out there to know exactly what it is that was done and make sure that you're okay. That's just like a side note, but it still burns me, because I don't even remember who this guy is to even go to complain. So the thing about the biopsy is that once the biopsy is done, you're going to pee some blood. And you're not going to get used to that. And if you ejaculate, you're going to ejaculate with some blood. It's going to happen for a little while. So I guess it all clears out. But you need to be aware of that. And what happens is that as you're seeing this blood and everything is clearing out, you're also going through the anxiety of hoping and praying and wishing that what it is they're looking for, they don't find. So there's a lot that goes into this, right? There's the anticipation before you start and before you get to the biopsy date. Then they do the biopsy, and then they send it off. Now, there are different ways for them to do the biopsy, is my understanding. In my terms, they could go underneath the scrotum, and there are some other ways for them to do it. And I'm not going to get into the medical terms, just because that's really not what I'm here for. I'm here to give you an idea of what you can expect, because when I was going through it, I didn't have anybody telling me. And then the thing that tell you that you're going to be okay on the other end. You may get bad news. You may get good news. But in terms of the biopsy itself, you're going to get through that process to get to whatever the next part of your journey will be. All right, so you're going to pee the blood. That's going to eventually stop, and then you'll get your answers. All right, so you have to wait a little while. In my case, I think I had to wait a little longer because this guy had to get the results and give it to someone else. But I just want you to be aware that there are any number of circumstances that could happen in regards to this process. So take your time, get through it, get your results, and then deal with it on that end. All right? I know this seems a little scattered, but in terms of the biopsy process, it's most important for me to give you the information that you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. All right? Hope this finds you well. Peace and blessings, fellas.